Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning, y'all. It's a little nippy out here, but that's the way I like it. And I had my first cup of coffee, and I did want to just pop in and let y'all know that all is well here in North Carolina, where I'm at. We just had a lot of wind, of course, a lot of rain, but today you can't even tell nothing happened other than there's a little debris from the leaves and stuff. And these are two trees on the side of my house. They're acorn trees, and of course there were acorns everywhere. So actually mid-afternoon on Saturday, because I had to work pretty much all day Saturday, and I didn't have a lot of work to do, but I had to monitor email. But a lot of us, our neighbors, we were out just picking up a little extra debris. My lawn care people will be here one day next week, and they'll, get up the rest of the leaves and blown, torn off limbs and that type of stuff. So tell the Lord thank you. But again, we're still praying for those in Florida and surrounding states that suffered greatly. So, but yeah, I wanted to pop in on this beautiful Sunday, fall, autumn morning and say, hey, all is well. I thank you for your prayers. And again, still praying for those that are still recovering. Amen. But yeah, y'all, next week, I need to get up with the young man who does my power washing. It's time for my house to have another bath. So, for power wash, and then he's going to cut my bushes final for the season. So they'll be nice and shaped. And they shouldn't have to be trimmed and shaped till around, March again when everything starts back blooming. But yeah, I'm almost finished decorating the house. Um, I'm gonna probably go out one day during the week, and it's time to get some mums. But my ferns and my ivory, they're still doing beautiful. So I'm gonna keep them out, and I'm gonna just grab some mums, different color mums, and a couple of pumpkins. Y'all know how I like to do my porch up. So I'm going to do that one day this week. I'm going to go to that plant stand that I normally go to. And but a lot of people say that you don't supposed to buy mums when they're in bloom. Get them when they're just opening up so they last longer. But I'm here to tell you, for the past, couple of years, I've bought them already full bloomed. And they pretty much lasted through close, I want to say close to December, when it started getting bitterly cold. But I just kept them watered, I guess because they stay up on my porch and it's shaded. And but anyway, they last a pretty good long time. I want to buy them when they're in full bloom so I can see the vibrancy of the colors. That's going to annoy me if I buy them and they haven't bloomed. It's just the little green bulbs. And y'all the same way? I mean, I don't know much about flowers, but some people I know, hats off to get some of y'all, because y'all know about flowers and pruning and trimming. Y'all know all the lingo and get down. Listen, I know as I go. I do as I know. But no, those I tell you what, them squirrels is honey up in the tree, and I'm glad I didn't cut down that black walnut tree, because that's a source of food for them and those acorns. But Honey, them squirrels is high on up in them trees, and they are eating them black walnuts like it ain't nobody business. And of course, them black shells be all over my driveway. But it's okay. I just get my blower out and blow it. I have to do that like once a week because they eat so much of them during the day, you know. So whenever I leave and get ready to go somewhere, I'm running over them, and it's like pop, 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 like popcorn. But it's nature. It's nature. I understand. So I know y'all had said, no, Lady T, don't cut that black walnut tree down because I had cut so many pines down in the back. But so they're enjoying. I get it. They are enjoying their black walnuts, honey. But now, y'all, but now that's all I want to do is come on and just say hey, but and jaw jack for a little bit, shit. But what else is going on, y'all? I didn't hardly go to the gym at all. I think I went to the gym maybe once or maybe twice last week because I had so many appointments. And then on Friday, of course, I forgot because I had a mammogram, and then I had to go get, you know how you have to get your annual flu shot. All that went down on Friday when the storm and all that was coming in. So I have gotten all my appointments done. What is left? I've got the the nuclear stress test that's coming up on the 14th of October. So preparing for that. And I think at the end of the year I got a dental appointment because you know you got to go every 6 months. So I think dental appointment in November, December, and then my regular family doctor. I go to him at the end of November, and then that's it, y'all. So I'm almost finished for the year. But you know what? Like I said, as we get older or just period, we have to stay on top of our health and see what's going on. Because just like, you know, when you drive your car, you got to keep up the oil change, the scheduled maintenance, which I've got coming up, the scheduled maintenance. But you know, we have to, honey, keep that oil change, don't we? We have to get checked out, honey. I believe in that. So you can see what's, you know, see where you are. But yeah, y'all. But anyway, let me jog to y'all about Sue. Can we talk? Can we talk? Maybe y'all remember that show? Welcome back, Carl. Oh, Mr. Carter. Oh, that used to be my show. And then the other show, matter of fact, when I was decorating the house, and I'm almost done, y'all. I'm still waiting on a few things. I had to order a couple of things from Kirkland's that they didn't have in store level, and I'm trying to figure out what's taking so long. Maybe it's because of the storms. Where's my order? Where's my order? But anyway, while I was decorating, because again, I was in the house, blah, 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 on Saturday. Y'all, YouTube, I love YouTube. I watched, I know probably about 4 or 5 episodes. Do y'all remember Bewitched and I Dream a Genie? Well, I just happened to be nostalgia. And oh my God, when Bewitched came up there, I was like, what? One thing I love about YouTube, anytime you type in something, it'll see that you're searching for whatever, and it will start giving you recommendations for what you've been looking for. And lo and behold, Bewitched and I Dream a Genie came up. And here's what was strange. I was trying to find information on, y'all remember when that thing about who killed and who shot Bobby Union, right? Well, you know the guy that played his role in Dallas. You know, he was part of. He was the on I Dream a Genie. So then it takes you down that rabbit hole. So then, like I said, I can remember I used to love to watch Bewitched and I Dream a Genie. Well, because I was searching him, because it was the what happened and who shot Bobby Ewing. It took me down a rabbit hole of what killed, what happened to I Dream of Jeannie and what killed that show. Well, of course, when I was watching that, I was so young. And I was like, yeah, I wonder what happened. Why did that show end? Well, it was because I Dream of Jeannie and, you know, him, they got married. And, you know, that was a big controversy back then. And the audience back then used to love how they would be flirty. And so when they finally got married, that like killed the show because that's what people wanted. They loved to see that play on flirting and stuff, but then they never did it. So when they finally got married and tied, and see, I don't even remember that, and I never knew that, but that's what caused I Dream of Jeannie to come to an end and to not, you know, and not to be renewed is because the audience got really mad that they got married. They married the two characters. They didn't want that. They liked that play on them not, you know, crossing over that line. So when they finally crossed over that line, they got married. Everybody got upset. But you know, it came to me. So anyway, this is a segue, y'all. Just stay with me. We on the porch jaw jacket. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. So whenever, and then after I watched that, Bewitched started popping up, right? So I used to love that show, Bewitched. Y'all remember that? And so I can remember watching Bewitched when that first came on. When I tell y'all, I spent so many hours. I can just remember this as a little girl. I spent so many hours in the mirror trying to make my nose twitch, because you know when her nose twitched, you know she was getting ready to do her little stuff. And so whenever she would do that, I kept thinking, how did she make her little nose twitch like that? Anyway, so I was down that rabbit hole. But anyway, my segue. While watching I Dream of Jeannie, and I was thinking about, I said, isn't that something how we as audiences are? We're like that in life too sometimes. But the audience may want something and they love it and they want it and then it's like when you give the audience what they want, because really and truly, I can just remember back then when I was a little girl, it was like, why don't y'all just get married already? Why don't y'all just do it? I mean, you know, y'all play on each, you know, they wrote the script where the two characters played and flirty, and they just never would cross that line because, you know, she was the genie and he was more so like her master. So, but it's like they finally got what they wanted. It's like, ooh, no, don't cross the line, but yeah, do it, cross the line. No, we don't want you to cross the line. We want you to get right to the precipice of it. No, but don't do it. But it's like, okay, the executives, and like I said, in the little documentary little thing I was watching, the owners and the producers and the big wigs up at the studio say, no, we're going to marry them because this is what the audience wants. This is what the feedback we get. And then as soon as they gave the audience what they wanted, meaning I Dream of Jeannie and him and her got married, it was like, so where do you go from there? Because it's like the goal, I guess, the pinnacle, the climax has happened. So we're past the journey now. Y'all have already taken us through the journey, and that, I guess, that was the end all be all marriage. So I guess after that, it was just no way to go from there. So anyway, the audience really got upset about that. They really got upset about the fact that they married those two characters. And I thought about that. I said, you know what? Are we like that in real life too? I think some of us are. It's like sometimes when we give a person what they want, they've been hinting at it. They've been almost like, and then when we give them what they want, it's like, okay, I'm over it. Why are we like that? What's wrong with when you get what you want, just growing off of that, springboarding off of that? What's wrong with a new normal and flourishing from the new normal. I mean, I'm like anybody else, we want something new. But, I got to thinking about that thing. I said, are we so timid that, we don't know what we want? We think we know what we want. Is it society driven that this is what we're supposed to have? It's just like when seasons change, just like me, I'll be the first to admit, but I mean, I just like it. It's not life or death. You understand what I'm saying? When September comes around, okay, everybody's getting prepared for fall because we're upon that season, right? And we feel like we got the decor, not all of us, but we like to do decor. We like to go with the flow, because everybody in society is going with the flow and everybody's decorating, and I get that. But outside of that type of stuff, because that ain't really no biggie. But I mean, just in life, and with life decisions, are we fickle? I mean, we want what we say we want it, but then it's like when we get it, it's like, I don't really want it. Okay, I thought that's what I wanted. Or we want stuff, and then when we get it, we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to operate in that. And again, I'm just talking out loud, y'all. Just talking out loud. But I thought about that. I said, that is so true. You be wanting stuff to happen, and then I guess because we're in the state of mind that it's not happening, so that's our goal to achieve it. And then once it happens, it's like, oh, I'm over it. I thought this is what I wanted to do. I thought this is what I wanted to have, because it just seems so enticing at the time, and then when you get there, it's like, eh. And I know sometimes in life, we can change our minds. I mean, and that's the other thing too. I think too, society, like if you tell you tell the masses, or you tell people, say, you know what, I think I want to start hiking, mountain climbing, whatever. And then you do it, and it's like, okay, I've done it. Move on to the next. And it's okay if we change our mind. But again, when we're talking about life, and I know I'm springboarding off of a show, but the purpose of me bringing all this up is that thought of growing old together. What does that mean? Whether you're in a marriage, whether you're in a business relationship, whether you're in a working professionalism, but specifically in this instance with our dreamer Jeannie and them getting married, and then all of a sudden, back then they weren't having, they were upset about that. The audience, that they married those characters. And like I said, it got me to thinking, what does that mean? What does that mean to you? I know what it means, but I'm just saying, what's the definition of that to you? Leave that in the comment section. Again, just thinking out loud. Growing old with someone. Because I have seen, just, from either experience or watching others in real life, real time, and you see people and talk about it all the time, I want to grow old together. And that's what they start out. That's what the purpose is, right? But it's like, okay, as you growing old together, there are going to be some changes that occurs. That woman that you met and you got married to, whatever, she's not that same 18-year-old or whatever years of age you were when you wed. Or, started going together, or got, or And then at some point, as your mind gets renewed about something, life experiences kick in, right? The change is going to occur based on experience, based on maturity, based on wisdom, based on knowledge, right? But if let's say you are a couple and you're growing old and you're growing together, but then that one or the other or both, you don't grow. You still stay in a mindset of immaturity, or unwilling to compromise, or unwilling to submit to one another in things that make your bond stronger. And again, I'm just thinking out loud, talking. What happens then? Because the understanding and going into a thing is to grow old. We understand everything's not going to be perfect, but then when we do run into a ripple in the pond, are we willing to go through it, to continue that journey, to grow together? Right? What is the breakdown? Going into a thing, understanding that this is the progression. Things are going to change. Seasons come and go. But when we see that season coming, we have to adjust. Think about it like this. I got to think. I said, just like right now, it's autumn. And I know that because I can feel it. I can see it, right? So I know this time of year, this time of morning, I can't, unless I just want to feel Christmas and coolness, or I'm just extremely a hot natured person, or you going through a hot flash women and you have to run outside in some shorts and a t-shirt because you just need to cool off. Or I've heard women say they've had to, in the middle of the night, open up the freezer door and stick their head in because they're having a hot flash, whatever. Outside of that, I've got on a fleece, warm hoodie, long hoodie dress. So I recognize that we're in a season where it's going to be 50 degrees in the morning when I come out here. It's not going to be like summertime where I can get away with wearing some shorts and a tank top while I'm drinking my coffee out here and enjoying the summer morning. It might, because in the summer mornings, it's nothing, especially here in North Carolina, at 8 o'clock in the morning, it can already be 75, 80 degrees, and it's humid, right? So when we recognize the seasons and we recognize fall, we adjust to it. Unless there's just something terribly going wrong with you medically, in the dead of winter, if you will, December or January, not too many people are running their air conditioner, the AC. Now, some people might sleep with a fan on. We ain't talking about that. I'm just saying, you have prepared and adjusted your home to what? Winter weather. Whether you're putting extra blankets on your bed, like what I did. I got my room set up, y'all. It's so nice and cozy and toasty. I put my heating blanket back under all the fitted sheets. And so whenever I need to tap it with my toe to cut it on in those winter months, I love a heated blanket. It's got the automatic shut off, emergency, all that whole good 9 yards. So I've got my whole bed set up for winter. I love it. So we adjust. And we don't fight against it, if you will. We just adjust. But what is it when it comes to personal relationships that we don't learn to adjust? Again, you're growing, you recognize the seasons. If you recognize, okay, there's an issue going on in the relationship, and it don't matter what kind of relationship it is, like I said, personal, business, professional, whatever. Why aren't we adjusting and adapting to that so that we can continue to grow together? Her mindset at 18 is not the same as her mindset now at 40. So even though, yeah, you want that 18-year-old or you want him to be that 20-year-old that you fell in love with, over time, life experiences, there might still be a little bit of residue of that little girl or that young boy in there. But really, we have to understand in our minds that that 18-year-old girl is not going to think everything that you do is because when you're 18, now you're 40, I don't, unless there's something medically wrong with you, I would hope that you would have learned that we might have laughed at the fact that you peed on the toilet seat. And again, I'm just throwing this out here. But it ain't so cute when you're 40 and now you, the wife or whoever, you may understand it might be something you need to do because maybe that was the agreement. You know, hey, you could clean whatever y'all agreed upon. I ain't getting into that. But it might not be so cute when you're 40. Because that your mindset is saying, now look, you grown now. How about taking that Clorox wipe and wiping off the seat? Husband, I love you and all that. And I still think you're cute, but certain little things you're doing now, it ain't so cute. We laughed about it when we were 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now we're 40s. And now your stuff is even more pungent because you're fully grown. Fully. Yeah. So, again, I'm just pointing that out. I'm just saying, when you're growing old together, and again, that might be a part of that. The wife may have to take care of the husband even more because of what? Medical issues and vice versa. So that's part of the process. It is. Now, I'm not suggesting that you stay and stick with somebody and it's just they're harsh to you. Because let me tell you something about, I'll just speak for me. A lot of times, women and or men, oh, look at that beautiful hummingbird. We forgive, we deal with her. But it's hard when a man is harsh. Oh my God. When you're harsh to a woman, and vice versa, I'm sure men, you can speak. A woman can be this, that, and the other, but if she's too, I don't know, naggy, complainy, that could be a deal breaker. You could probably deal with her, but whatever. And again, I don't know whatever that is. But again, it just came back. I said all that to just say, okay, when we talk about growing old together, what does that mean to you? And again, I guess there's not a right or wrong answer. It's whatever you have created or you want for your life. Or not. I'm just throwing it out there as a question, a conversation, What does growing old look like to you in a relationship, in a marriage? What does that look like to you? What does that mean to you in all aspects and facets? And if you don't know, you don't know. It's just like, Lady T, I'm married and I'm still trying to figure it out. I get it. But it just got me to thinking the temperamental of people. And again, I know it all started for me watching a show. But isn't that sometimes true in real life? We think we want something. We set forth a goal. And then when we get it, it's like, I thought this is what I wanted, but my. What was I thinking? Or again, I got it and it's like, is this all it's cracked up to be? And I'm just saying, is it because we didn't understand going in that growing old together, that's a process and it changes. And the question is, are we ready to go through the changes to grow old together? Because see, we can say it as a cliche, but are we willing to go through those changes to grow old together. See. And that's just the thing I was thinking about. Because we always think about what's the ultimate goal in life, you know. And again, it's whatever you deem for your life, not what I deem, not what your mom and daddy deem. Yeah, your parents, most parents have aspiration and dreams of attainability for their children. Absolutely, that's gonna always be. But once you are grown and you say, okay, now I want to make some decisions, and this is what, and again, it's okay that you change your mind, but it's defining what that is. And that's the question that, you know, I wanted to just start a conversation about it. But anyway, y'all know I can shout jack. Yes, but I love life. That we are people that we can change our minds, we can think out loud, we can ponder some things, and it's okay to think. It's okay to ask questions. You know, I'm trying to get out of that space where, my God, don't crucify folk just because they're asking a question. Everything don't have to be stuck in stone. And then if people decide to change their mind, it's okay. The world's not going to come to it. Well, it's going to come to an end eventually, as far as you living and breathing here on this earth. That yes, we know that. But as far as, you know, anyway, that's the question of the day. But anyway, let me go on. It's kind of warming up, but you know, it's still a little nippy out here. But just some things on my mind. Like I said, we just jaw jacking. We on the porch, we talking. But anyway, y'all, the neighborhood's waking up. Folks is walking their dogs and pooches and fur babies. Love it. This is my type of weather. This is my time of year. Oh, I love it. Love it. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. Let's have an awesome week. Let's be very productive. Let's live life on purpose with a purpose. Ooh, I like that. Let's live life on purpose with a purpose. Now, I may have heard that along the way, but anyway, I'm repeating it. It sounded good to me, and it felt good saying it. I'm so talkative this morning. I'm just jacking. I've been talking with the Lord. I've been asking all types of questions. Do y'all ever get like that? Do y'all just get so, or you just so talkative? Watch out for whoever calls me today, because they're going to get it. Anyway, y'all, I'm silly. I enjoy life. I do. I enjoy my life. I really do. You know, I have learned to be content wherever the Lord has put me, placed me. I just embrace it. I really do. I just embrace it. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes it can be challenging. But Lord, I thank you for every moment, because you're sharpening my iron. Amen. All right, y'all. I'm finna go now for real. Anyway, love you. God bless. And may the peace of the Lord be with you. Bye.